Okay, we are on, rolling. Did you turn off the car?
No.
All right,
I
good
can
for
do
you.
it.
Yeah, you can do that. Too late.
I wasn't the driver.
Does not matter.
Excuse me, sister, as my friend says, Serежа.
All right, let's go now and do the vlog.
She yell at me, sister.
Now we are
I
going.
like the way he says it. Don't you yell at me, sister.
All right. So today's purpose and the topic of this vlog today is the famous Jožek. The famous Jožek is here again. The famous Jožek will be talking about what? What do you have in your mind today? What happened today for such a short period of our morning? You know, it was like just a while ago, right?
Frankly speaking, 90% of my thoughts are devoted to war in Ukraine, and I can't do anything about that. I try not to. I try to think about something else, but
You see?
yeah, we're working on that.
Because
But
you
today we are going to discuss something else because we're not politicians, we're human beings, and we feel very sorry for all these people suffering. That's for sure. We are against war, but we really need to come up with
solutions.
some topic we have a better understanding of. As for example, I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're waiting.
Mr. Ivanov, what is your
Deepest
suggestion?
desire.
No, what is your area of expertise?
It's life in general. I can give you life advice. I can life coach you, okay? Life coaching, okay? That's my new thing. I think I'm old enough, experienced enough to be doing some life coaching to certain individuals that are interested. And if they want to pay me some money
For your
For-
invaluable
for my invaluable time, knowledge and time.
knowledge,
Just a second, just a
skills.
second. Can you hold this thing a little bit for I to impress myself, all right?
Okay, it's cold, guys. It's so cold today.
Okay, I did the work.
And
How many degrees is it today?
it's -2 Celsius.
Okay, it's minus 2
It's
Celsius.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I've been living here for 10 years
Yes.
and I can't get used to this American measurements. When it
Yes.
comes to pounds, I always use converter.
Yeah, there
when
is a
it comes to ounces, there's a formula. Anything divided by 2, like
Minus something. There's a very simple formula, but
30 pounds, you need to divide them by 2.2, something like that, and you'll get the equivalent in kilograms.
no, for the temperature there is a formula
Oh,
too.
for the temperature. Oh,
Yeah,
this is-
the formula is something like this. You take the Fahrenheit and you minus some number, and that would be the Celsius. But I forgot the formula. That's like,
Okay.
you know, we can discuss that the devices that we have in our hands, like the cell phones, will give
Yeah.
us the shortcut. So we kind of stopped using our brains in this sort of things, right?
You know, when you live all your life in Europe, you just it's not easy to
Convert in Fahrenheit.
no, it's not easy to change yourself. Everything, kilometers, kilograms, grams, milligrams, Celsius. It's too much.
All right.
And apparently 10 years wasn't enough for me.
To get to the pounds and the feet and the
Yes, but what are we gonna discuss today? Jože?
I don't know. You will. You are the main character in this movie.
We're blocking the way. Hi.
The Jožek will tell you the topic of today's conversation will be.
Topic of today's conversation will be, I think you came up with a very good topic in the morning, but we discussed something similar yesterday.
Well-
How to find pleasure in
Okay.
doing things that are not supposed to be, pleasant.
Well, if you guys, whoever you are listening, all right, if whoever you are listening, I'm going to give you the shortcut. All right, I'm going to give you the shortcut. You have to do the homework yourself. It's a book. You know, I'm the book I'm the book guy. The book, how they call these people? The worm book.
Bookworm.
I'm the bookworm.
But I like the worm book.
All right, whatever it is.
The book that will eat your brain like a worm.
That's right.
That's
So
a good
I'm the guy that reads a book a day. All right, and I've been doing it forever, for the last since 2008 I started. Now you can calculate. Let me calculate how many books I read. Right, from 2008 is now 2022. How many years is that? Excuse me.
I'm
Calculate.
sorry?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm asking you.
Okay.
From 2008 to 2022 are how many years? Right?
14, I believe.
All right, 14 years, right?
Yeah.
Out of this 14 years, 4 years I was lazy.
deep sleep.
You know, like I was not in, you know, I was not reading every day. But we're gonna take 4 years, so there are 10
10.
years. 10 years, 365 days each year. We're gonna take out the Sundays. I don't read books in the Sundays, sometimes I do. So about 300 books per year, 3,000 books I read for
Yeah.
the last year.
10 years.
10 years. Now I can give you the,
It's a lot.
it's a lot, it's the benefit on, I will give you the benefits. Now, why I'm opening this analogy, you know, some people say a book a day, it's a lot. It's not, you know. How I do it, I will tell you. Like I drive for Uber, right? While I'm driving for Uber, I have like a little headset here and one phone for my book. Every day it's a different book.
Okay.
Yesterday I started a book that was 19 hours in length.
Wow.
The day before I started a book
90 or 19?
19.
Oh, okay.
19 hours
90.
audio
I'm
book.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
that,
It's
book,
like a-
that book is called the history of about everything or something. A little history about everything. It's like a fantastic book about astronomy, the life, how, you know, like a big book.
Okay.
It's a cool book by Bill some whatever. But what I do when I got bored with some of the books, I listened for 3 hours. When I got bored of the topic, I switched to the other book. The other book is it's called, current book is called by David Coleman. It's called Think Fast, Think Slow. It's about thinking. It's a Nobel Prize guy who has this concept about how people are wrong most of the time. Why? You know, that's another book. So what I do, I listen to one of the book. When the topic gets boring, when I start not paying attention, I switch quickly to the other book.
Okay.
And then yesterday I jumped to this other book. You know, I was listening about the big book, the 20 hours book, and then it got boring, and I go to my feet and I see another book. The book is about happiness, how to be happy. So I start reading the book. I'm in half of the book. 2 hours I read the book. It's only 3 hours. Now I give you the book. Now the name of the book is, I forgot, because I listen these books and they somehow they go away, right? I don't, but I remember some concepts. Now
So what's the name of the book?
the name of the book is this name that I told you this morning.
Ikeguy.
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 Ikeguy. Okay,
Something
Ikeguy. Ikeguy is the name of the book. Ikeguy, the way to happiness and how to live happy life. Now, right. Yesterday in our here topic of the day was how to be happy or whatever, right? Now, if you listen to this book, I guarantee you 100% you will be more happy. Just like my friend Jim Rohn say, if you wanna, actually I quoted him yesterday by not even thinking. If you
Okay.
wanna be happy, study happiness. If you wanna be wealthy, study wealth. If you wanna be like with good body, study. The word here is study, not haphazardly just listen about it. No, study with some pen and paper and notes. Now I give you my personal, now this is personal thing here, my personal suggestion for you how to read a book. By the way,
Okay, so you started
Just-
the conversation about the book.
I'm sorry, let me, it's
No.
a train, excuse me, it's a train of thought that you have to hear. It
Oh my
doesn't matter
God.
how crazy and how, I'm just This is what I'm
You're
doing.
just
I'm drawing.
all over the place.
No, I'm not
Tell
going
us
over
about
the
the
place.
book
Everything
you've
will
read.
come into the center. I'm just grabbing different pieces of
So
information
stop grabbing these
of the
pieces
universe.
and focus on one piece. What
Here is the piece. I was
Guy.
Don't interrupt me, please, till I finish.
Guys, I'm messing with him.
All right, so
All
now
right.
here is the thing. Here is the thing. The first book, I will give you my personal suggestion how to read a book and how to listen the book, because for those of you that are smarter, you want to listen the book or you want to read the book, it's up to you. But here is, I invented this slogan. Now I just invented this how to read the book answer. You read the book with another book. Now
Oh wow.
yes, yes. Now let me interpret what I mean. You have the book. If it's a physical book, you read the book. But then you have a pen and paper on the other side, which is the other book.
Okay.
And then when a good idea comes from that book, you quickly write it down on the other book. It's just extract the concepts, right? Because you're gonna forget about it. Don't, like what Jim Rohn said, don't use your brain as a filing cabinet, you know? That's right. You cannot remember. You
Yeah,
cannot
that's true.
remember everything.
It was one of my questions when you mentioned that you read 300 books a year. I wanted to ask, and how much do you remember?
Well, I can tell you.
Sorry, but go
I
ahead,
can-
continue with your thoughts.
I can tell you. Dumb people remember, smart people write it down.
How?
I have some written down.
Oh, you do?
I do for
next
some
question.
for certain books because they are so fascinating that I cannot but write it down. But this is how you read a book. You read the book with another book, which is your own personal little book, a note.
Notebook, I would say.
I will show you. It's right here. It's in the car anyway. So, and the book that I was listening yesterday about the happiness, it's called Ikeguy. Ikeguy. You see, it's like when you read a lot of books.
It's a foreign word, it's okay.
Okay, anyway, now I guarantee you this, if you read this book, you will become happier instantaneously. Just why? Why this works like this? Because when you listen or when you read books, you put yourself in a state of mind that is like called open mind. You know, like some people read books and say, that's not right, that's not true.
Skeptically.
Skeptical, you know, the cynics will read a book and say, well, this is a trash. Yeah, any book has a big, you know, benefit. So if you read this book, I forgot the book again.
Ikeguy.
Ikeguy, it's a Japanese. Now I remember the concept. It's a beautiful concept. This word is composed of a couple of symbols, like the Japanese drawing symbols. These are symbols.
Okay.
One of the symbols is, it means doing something very beautifully, flawlessly, is as flow. The other symbol is for bravery, and it's a beautiful, you have to read the book. That's all I'm saying. I cannot now stick
Summarize.
the book, but I can summarize a few ideas. The key to happiness. The book is about, they studied this called the people that live for over 100 years, communities. They are called blue zones. They are called the blue zones. There are many in the world. Most of them are in Okinawa, Japan. So they studied these people. They asked them questions, and they know the key for happiness. It boils down to 3, 4, 5 things. That's it. 3, 4, 5
What
things.
are those things?
Well, according to these people that live happy life and like a prosperous to 100 years,
Alright.
first thing is, one of the things is never retire. Never retire. Do not think you're gonna retire.
And you'll be happy.
Yeah. When you retire, they will give you 6 years. After 6 years, you will be dead. That's like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Why this is important? Because one of the concepts of happy life is, as you said yesterday, but they translated it in Latin. I learned it in Latin. Strong spirit in a strong body. That is
Okay.
the main concept. So now you know what you gotta do. You have to feed your mind, and you have to feed your body. Right? You're gonna feed your body with some mostly vegetables. All right.
Good food.
Yeah, one of these people say, well, the reason I lived so long is because I never ate meat.
Yeah.
That is his opinion, but okay. Eat light food. Another thing is a Japanese word for how much you should eat. Very interesting. The ideas from the book, they keep coming. You should eat up to about 80% of your stomach, you know. And they have a word for that. It's like a funny word. I forgot the Japanese word. And in Japanese restaurants, they say that they serve the food in 5 small dishes.
Okay.
That's a cultural thing.
That's interesting.
So when people go to a Japanese restaurant, they think it's a lot of food, but they end up slightly hungry when they finish the food because of
Okay.
the presentation, right? 5 dishes, only one is slightly bigger, like for the main course, whatever.
Okay.
So Japanese people there, they do not eat fully full. They don't get full.
That's
Right?
why they're so fit.
So now, how I implement it, I know the key to health is to stay hungry all the time, if you can do. According to me, this is the best diet. If you are always hungry, you never get to satisfy your stomach. It should be 80% full and 20% constant hunger, right? And you're gonna live definitely longer and better life. Another thing of this happiness thing, it's about connections, your connection to the world. Now, what does it mean? First, the connection to the closest to you people, your
Family.
friends and family, and that's it pretty much. And then contribution to a community. You know, in that area that the most happy people live, they are most happy because they have a purpose.
Okay.
Now, right, what is this word, the name of the book?
Ikeguy.
Ikeguy. Ikeguy, it's a word that if you find your Ikeguy for yourself, you're gonna be happy. That's the concept of the whole book.
Where are you supposed to look for this guy?
Well, Ikeguy, it's not a guy, it's a word, and it means
Okay.
something. The
So
key.
where does it live? Is it a state?
It is a state of mind and
Okay.
certain procedures. Like, for example, you follow these things. You don't eat too much, you exercise a little bit, you keep it light, you feed your mind, you feed your body. Feed your mind, because if you just feed your body, your mind will kill your body.
Yeah.
The mind is superior
I
to
like
the
that.
body, right? And in that book they say so, you know, it's like I didn't invent it myself. So you have to read the book, that's it. It's just 3 hours. And sometimes I will tell you my personal experience.
Okay.
Some of my friends, they want to know things, you know, and they ask me, hey, how about this, how about that? So I say, hey, listen, I have a book for you.
Okay.
And say, just
forget
why
it."
don't you just tell me?
Yeah. What's in the book?
And sometimes I try to tell them, and I tell them, listen, this is a book. I know all the books, how many hours they are. I know the book. of
By
this-
listening.
Yeah, by-
How many hours to listen,
No,
not to
because
read?
yeah, because I, you know, when I find the book, when you find the physical book, you see like this many pages. You know, I know that
Yes.
500 pages book, it's 9 hours audio narration.
Yeah, will take you more
Yeah.
if you read it.
So I know that the book that is
Yeah.
20 hours is actually about a 1,000 pages book.
Oh.
Yes, a book is 3 hours. I know this is about 150 pages book. I know
Okay.
this because I'm
good to
the
know.
worm, the worm book, or the bookworm.
Audio bookworm.
That's right.
That's why
So
you
now,
have this information.
I told you how you should read a book, but now I'm going to tell you the guy that actually has a book about books, and it's called, guess how much is it cost? It costs $0 for you to read the book. And the name of the book is How to Read a Book. That is the name of the book, and it's by Mortimer Adler, you know, a brilliant guy who actually gives some amazing tips how to read the book, so you don't end up like me. You know only when you need this information to retrieve this information in a certain situation. If you read the book How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler, you will keep the book forever in your mind. Anytime you will just like be like super clever, you will appear at least clever.
It's very good, but the topic of today's conversation is how to find happiness in small things. And it's been, I don't know how many minutes since
I'm
we're
so-
discussing books.
I'm sorry, I have to tell you, because the happiness, the finding happiness in small things is just one of the segments in this book that I was just telling you. Ike, what was the name?
Ikeguy. Okay.
Ikeguy. So that's it of me. Now you
No,
guys,
no.
now you guys know.
But I want you to be closer to the topic of our conversation.
What is? This is 20 minutes. Blah blah blah. All right, but I told you. Okay, I told you very
Okay,
important
so at
things.
least we know the book. We can read to.
It is free. In all these free.
book in YouTube, I believe.
Yes, it's in YouTube. It's in audiobook.whatever.com. It's in the Amazon this and in the Kindle. It's everywhere. You know, you
Okay,
cannot
we got
know.
it. The topic of today's conversation is not how to find a book. The topic of today's conversation is how to find happiness. I mean, if balance.
All right.
Happiness is not how to find balance when you have to deal with the small, everyday, unpleasant tasks like chores, cleaning.
All right.
Um,
I have the answer. Would you like to hear the answer?
He just gave me a microphone and already wants to talk.
Yeah, because you asked the question. I wanna, because you were still wondering, and like in
I'm
the
not
kitchen.
wondering.